I may have just figured out how we're going to be defeating the Mimic in The Secret of the Mimic, and it was all by looking at the character's backstory and its design. Sounds crazy?
What the actual fuck did you just say to me right now?
Let me explain. And quick disclaimer, I'm going to be giving away a copy of The Secret of the Mimic game once it releases. If you want to know how to enter it, watch till the end of this video. So I just want to say thank you for all the support on the last video. You know, I hadn't made a video in so long, and coming back to YouTube, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to fit back into the space, but you know, clearly I did and you guys loved it, so I just want to say thank you for that. Saying that though, I'm going to be talking about The Secret of the Mimic in this video again. So my original plan was to make a video on the backstory, but there's so many of those on YouTube, and I thought I'd actually use what I learned to create a theory. Let me just recap the story and what's relevant for this. So basically, the Mimic was created by an inventor to take care of his son, and that the Mimic would be able to mimic the actions of the father and the son to become a sort of AI-powered caregiver kind of thing. You know, it would play games, and a specific game mentioned by name is this game that like you play as a kid, where you have outstretched hands like so. And that is a game which I think is going to link into the story. Because does this action remind you of anything?
Say that again?
Because does this action remind you of anything?
Mr. Beast!
Exactly. I'm going to put up the pictures now. That is how the Mimic is posed in a lot of shots. So I think that's going to be a big part of the game. And let me explain why. So we already have this sort of pose, and the Mimic clearly uses it a lot. And it's clearly something that has been learned from playing with the child that, you know, eventually he became evil from. So if you guys don't know how he became evil, when the child died in a car crash that he was supposed to be taken care of, the father beat the Mimic with a pipe, and he sort of learned to be evil from that because he replicated things and it sort of corrupted him. So that's the explanation for you guys that don't know. So can you guys see what I mean by linking this pose to the story? Now, obviously the Mimic is evil. You know, we all know this, it's clear as day. You know, we've seen Security Breach Ruin DLC, and we know that he's going to be the main antagonist of the next game. But I don't believe the Mimic is actually evil, and I am making a big guess here. We're going to be saving the Mimic in the game.
Are you out of your mind right now? You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind.
Now let me try to explain this a bit better. So I feel like it wouldn't make sense for the promotional material of this game and for all of his posing to be so strongly linked back to his origin story of once being good if we weren't going to try and turn him back. I think that we're going to be using the former memories of the Mimic to try and change him back into a better version, the original version. And I think this is going to happen by, throughout the game, you know, we're going to be presented with scenarios, kind of like a choose your own story, where you can either choose to hurt the Mimic or like divert it. And that will sort of give us two endings, I feel. The good ending and the bad ending. The good ending is if we choose to help the Mimic, like not to help it, but to like not use physical force, and slowly as the game goes on to reteach him how to be the original form. And the bad version, or the bad ending, I think is going to be if we just choose to attack him. And, you know, maybe that will be the canon one, I'm not sure. But I think that's going to be the one that really sticks in our minds. But there's going to be two of them, I feel. I feel like that's very logical, considering the backstory that we have. This character was not always evil. There are two potential branching paths. Another way I think a gameplay mechanic we could see is using the Mimic's former memories to confuse it at times to get away. You know, it's very interesting, but this is a shorter video. I just wanted to put that out there and explain how this pose of the Mimic is going to link back into the gameplay. So just as a quick recap, I think that the gameplay of The Secret of the Mimic is going to be a choose your own story kind of thing. We're going to have two options each time to either hurt the Mimic physically, to try and attack it while we escape, like, I don't know, to throw something at it, etc. Or we can choose to try and divert it passively and help it like relearn as we're escaping from it, help it relearn its actions and become better. I think that's really logical, and if that happened in the game, that would be amazing. You know, it's sort of like an Undertale scenario, trying to sort of pick between the pacifist route or the anarchist route, and then maybe there's a mixture in between which leads to a third ending. Let's think about the name of the game, The Secret of the Mimic. What does that even mean? I think the secret, and it's an open secret, is that the Mimic is not evil, and we can fix it, and that's going to be the story and gameplay of The Secret of the Mimic. Now guys, this was just a prediction, and at the end of the day, I could be completely wrong. And although I could be completely wrong, I think it's still fun to have these sort of ideas. So, you know what? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. I want to know if you guys think that I'm correct, if I'm wrong, if you have a completely different idea, if I'm stupid with these decisions and thoughts that I'm having, or if you think they're pretty fun. Or if the game was like this, would you enjoy it? I don't know, you tell me. So, thank you all for watching. And before I go, I have one little announcement to make. I'm going to be making a video, not related to FNaF, but related to something else I'm very passionate about. And in that video, I'm going to do a giveaway for a copy of The Secret of the Mimic on any Steam, PlayStation, Xbox when the game comes out. So to enter this giveaway, I want you to comment under this video what you think the Mimic is going to be in terms of the gameplay, and part 2 of this is on my next video, which is not going to be FNaF related. Go and drop a comment relating to the video, like the video. Okay, then what I'm going to do is go through all of the people who have entered when the game comes out, pick a person and get you a copy of the game. Okay, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.